pay for friends. You pay for attention. You pay to be seen. You pay for respect. No one just genuinely wants Rizzy around. And so she has to find a way to get that attention. And that's how she goes about it. And you use your trauma as a means, as a basis for whatever it is. So you're always in victimhood. Even if you're poking and picking and prying, even if you're, you know what I'm saying? Even if you are making fun of people or bothering people, or you find yourself bullying other individuals, the self-gratification of it is, I'm in control of this situation. My money pays this way. I can control that. I can control how you move. I can control everything that you do, depending on the spaces that I'm in. Because I can't control my real life.
Like, Rizzy is growing on me. The fact she does stand on her own, like she does go against myself, HB. She does hold herself down. Like, do I agree with the way she's doing it? Probably not. But I do. She growing on me because she got a little backbone, more than some. She got a little backbone to her. See, I don't like the fact that she uses her money to manipulate and control others. I do not absolutely agree with that, but she does hold her own. I can at least give her that. She don't back down, or maybe I should put it that way. She don't back down.
Okay, but in her not backing down, she's also re-traumatizing herself and everyone else.
Darla, you cannot.
I don't agree in the way she's doing it, but
so but then again, it's for business.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Leola.
No, I said then again, it's like at the same time, I couldn't honestly say I don't care because like she's doing it to herself.
You cannot back down, and it does not make you strong.
Excuse me.
So you can be fighting verbally. You can be verbally battling with somebody left and right. That doesn't necessarily define you as strong.
Well, I mean, how many other people really like go toe to toe with Brink King or HB, you, me on this app? Not too many people.
A person that could.
So in that essence, and the odds are against her. Like, come on, the majority of people don't like her. So the fact that she is willing to stand on her own 2 feet and fight this war on her own, I think she deserves a little bit of credit for that. Her technique isn't necessarily the right one.
I don't respect it. If you can't do it without money, I don't respect it.
I mean, think about it.
But she does do it sometimes without money.
No, she started with money.
But because I remember,
she started. With
do y'all
money,
remember when she paid Trina to protect her and to defend her, and then Trina didn't.
Heard that she did what now?
She paid.
I didn't hear this.
I didn't hear this. She paid Trina to do what?
To defend her. Like if anyone was talking about
she didn't do it how she felt like Trina should have did it. She drug her.
Yeah, and then on top of that, she reported Trina's Cash App for fraud.
And I think she also reported mine because all my Cash Apps have been like snatched.
See, that's weak, bruh. She not. That's
hell
no.
That's weak. Back.
That's weak.
Like I said, I can't respect
it. That's weak.
I didn't know she was doing stuff like that now.
Yeah.
Rizzy?
Because I understand, like, I can understand, like, if someone like her feels that the only way that people will listen to her is by paying them, okay, I get it, right? I wouldn't do it, but I get it.
Pay a therapist. You don't pay people on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't pay to control spaces on top of that.
Get you a female therapist.
A black female therapist.
A black female therapist.
She seems like, though, she never had a voice, so that's probably all she knows.
Do virtual therapy.
But okay, if she never feels like she
knows.
But if she doesn't ever feel like she has a voice, she has the amount of followers to go on live, and then she can find those same people who will coddle and tolerate her in her own life. But she doesn't want that. She wants to take over what you have and take what you have and make it about her. And if it doesn't go in her way...
That's just laziness. She doesn't want to build her own shit.
But she doesn't even have to build it. All she has to do is press the live button, and people will come, especially if she's talking trash about other people.
But I handle them comments because she be blocking and muting people already.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's complete control. BetterHelp is actually not a good app.
No,
I've
she
heard.
said that she needs better help. She needs better people to help her.
Oh, I thought she was talking about the help. the app.
That was cute. That was cute.
Because I mean, that's something that is out there. But either way, she's in
Better help.
rehab. So doesn't she have therapists? Like, you have to go to certain meetings and all that kind of stuff in rehab.
Yeah, but she also has her phone. The phone is the problem. Her accessibility to the outside world is the issue. While you're in therapy, living like a freaking
TikTok is an issue for her. She needs to completely separate herself.
which is not going to happen.
And also, the people that she surrounds herself with need to stop taking her money.
Not going to happen.
That happened.
Yeah, no one's gonna stop taking money.
Yeah, Leola, because you're talking about Rizzy needing to control herself, but then you're talking about people need to stop accepting her money. You're talking about other people then needing to control themselves, and they're not going to do that.
But
They don't
if
give a
you're
fuck.
saying, but if you're seeing that you're accepting money, the person you're accepting your money from is sick, and they're getting some type of gratification of like self-harm and all that kind of stuff by you accepting the money and allowing her to continue to do all of this other stuff, at some point you have to be like, you know what? I don't want it. I'm not taking it. I can get money from elsewhere.
Your job, would you say that? Is the people that is accepting money from her?
Because this is
their-
why
this is
Diddy's
their
in the
way of life.
situation
This
he's
is their-
in. That's why nobody said no to Diddy. Nobody said no to R.
Oh my
Kelly.
Lord, I don't.
They were all
That's how they pay
employed.
their bills.
They-
That's how they
what?
pay their bills.
I don't want to talk about that. I guess in a way, it's like the government taking Medicare, but then giving us stimulus checks.
No, I want another one.
Okay, so a better one would be they said that they're giving you free money, but then everything else goes up. Prices go up. But
How about the people who are continuing to accept her money just stop doing what she wants them to do? Then after that, she can't go forward with that. She'll have to leave, and then someone else will take her money. So, I mean, do you have to do what someone tells you to do just because you have their money? No. Once the money is given to you, you can do whatever you want.
okay, but my thing is, okay, if they don't do it, then guess what? Someone else will. So why you gonna fuck up your bad chance? She gonna do it somewhere else. She does it wherever she goes. It doesn't stop. I'd understand if she only did it over here, but she does it everywhere she goes. So if it was me, I ain't fucking up my bag. Like, nah, run it. Okay, fuck it. You want to feel temporary gratification right now? I can hit this end button. I can end the live. Now, my only thing is when it transfers outside of TikTok, she got people numbers. She texting and calling people on the back end, all kind of shit. So it's like, it's no longer just TikTok, right? It's now real life. You turn these people into your therapist, into your counsel. You turn these people into that you lean on. You turn these people into your confidants. You're buying friends. And then now these people may or may not feel obligated to be there for you. You force them into a corner where they have to be there for you. For them. That's my issue. The manipulation in that. Because nobody's
Trying to keep the cash flow.
And
like
then-
your cash flow. You're trying to keep it.
So it's like, in one breath, I don't want to fuck up my bag, but at the same time, I didn't sign up for this either. But it's the manipulation of it is you, because you know that a person could use this money, right? You use that. That's your basis. When a motherfucker don't care about spending money, that's a person, especially a narcissist. The things the things that the things. Well, I'm not talking about specific people right now. I'm speaking.
No, we're talking about general, taking generalities.
AP, you are absolutely correct.
But then again, aren't those people, you don't think they can look at themselves and go, man, I literally am being treated like a prostitute. Like, here's my money, shut up, do what I want.
Oh, they don't mind though.
Yeah, these are people that are admittedly through
They don't
action or
mind.
verbally,
Yeah.
they're saying I could be bought. They're saying that. Like it's nothing worth. It's like a streetwalker. I'm on the street corner. I could be bought. I'm letting you know I could be bought.
But
I'm letting you
after
know
a
my feelings
while,
ain't into it, and you can transact me all you want.
okay, but
Transact
you
my
have to tell me,
platform,
like,
that is.
I know what you meant, but at some point, that has to feel disgusting, right?
It depends on what your pain points are. So if trauma, if trauma like Rizzy's affects you greatly, yeah, it's gonna hit you because you are uncomfortable with that. That's your point. That's your shit. You know that triggers you. Somebody else, they might not give a fuck because it's not them. It just depends on how their mind processes it, right? Wouldn't it be? I guess
Yeah, you're
we all
right.
care about different things.
But I'm saying I don't care. I'm not saying I care, but I'm looking at the people who are accepting the money, right? At some point, as you're accepting this money, this person runs your platform, right? You can't say anything negative or you won't get some money. After a while, doesn't that feel gross that you're not even in control of yourself?
I would think so. Me. That's just me though. Other people might not. It would disgust
Well,
me.
yeah. They may
Oh,
not
even
have hit
after the
their
first
limit
time.
with it yet. Yeah, they may not have hit their limit of this, where it get disgusting for them yet.
But
I
every
don't know.
single time they take the money, then they can see that her mental health is declining.
No, that's Rizzy's problem. And I keep hearing people say that. It's not on everybody else. If she's giving that money away, it becomes their problem when they get to a disgusted point and they
That
continue
don't
to
make you
do
an
it.
enabler.
No, that makes you a business person. That's just like her coming inside of the store, somebody coming inside of McDonald's every day and buying everything on the fucking menu and eating it, and then going home and blaming Mc. No, you walked your big ass in there and fucking bought all that shit every single day.
I mean,
I'm gonna
yeah,
take the
because
money if they're
Yeah,
getting a
okay.
product. That's it.
are we
They
blaming
can't blame
casinos?
McDonald's because their cholesterol is high. That's
Right.
true.
Are
That's
we
it.
blaming casinos for people being addicted to
Wait,
gambling?
no,
Some people do. Some people do.
No, because at the same time, casinos and gambling places, they tell you this is highly addictive, and here's all the information that you have in order for you to get help.
Okay, cool, Leo.
There
So
is a
here's the
warning.
thing. I
There
like
is a
that.
warning.
But okay, so let's suggest then these platforms warn the same thing. This is messy talk. It's extremely addicting because it is. Let's not act like it's
Well,
not. I
social
know it
media
sounds
it's social media.
okay.
It's
However you want to
addicting.
put it, say it.
Yeah.
This is addicting. Beware.
It's not
Beware.
social media that's addictive to Rizzy. It's control. That's what she is seeking. She is seeking validation. And it does not matter if she gets it from Messy Talk or wherever. She's going to take that money somewhere and she's going to fucking spend it. And
I,
that's what she is because she wants the control.
I think she genuinely to buy the friend. I guarantee that if she found someone that genuinely cared for her, that did not require money, she wouldn't pay them. She wouldn't leave with her money. I think she is in search of a.
Well, there's
She wants to buy someone.
But Tea Time has never had.
Yeah, it's not. But go ahead.
No, I'm saying Tea Time has put it very plainly. She does not accept any money, and she will not accept any money from Rizzy. And I don't think Rizzy reaches out to Tea Time all that much.
Rizzy knows who to go to, who will accept her money.
She tried it. She tried it, right? With the options that Tea Time gave her. So Tea Time if Tea Time said, I'm not taking your money here, Rizzy still tried to get that acceptance or validation, and it didn't
Yeah.
And
work, which is why she doesn't. And which is
here,
why she responds to HB. HB does give her validation and a sense of, belonging. HB's really good at that. So Rizzy felt, she fell for that. That's what the exchange was until it became too much. Tea Time, I think.
Black coffee.
Wait,
I
what?
feel like it's two sides to every coin. Just like she can use her money to drop people in order to get friends, she could use her money to get people and get friends and be nicer to people to get friends. That's how people typically buy friends. It's by saying,
Genuine
let
friends,
me,
though.
but none of them are. She's choosing to send cash apps and antagonize people
Yeah, that's
with her
true.
money to buy friends, as opposed to gifting people and making people feel good with her money to buy friends. It still goes back to Rizzy. Rizzy wants that evil ass shit that she be that antagonistic. That's who she is. That's why she can't find a friend. All of that shit bleeds out, man. You can only hide shit for so that's who she is. She's not a nice person. She doesn't even try to portray to be a nice person on this app. That's not somebody that wants a
Well,
friend.
that's
I
because
think
she's
she
not.
is forced to put up this facade. I think she is a nice person.
I don't
I
think
don't.
she's
I
nice.
don't think she. I don't.
I think this
Okay,
is a mask. I think this is the mask.
but $2. I don't think she's not nice
Oh
for the same
hell,
for
they
the reasons other
closed.
people might say. I think she's not nice because she's not nice to herself. That's why I say she's not nice. I
Because she's
think
not
that she
nice to
wants
herself.
to. Yeah, I think she wants to be better to
Go.
herself. But if she hasn't wrestled through all those feelings and resolved those issues and those emotions she has, then she's going to continue to treat herself the way she is. Because let's be honest, Rizzy wouldn't even be around if she was treating, herself the way she wouldn't be doing all this. Let me not say she wouldn't be around. She wouldn't be doing all of this if she, you know what I'm saying?
Well, here's I said this once and she got mad at me, and I also like from then on have not had any dealings with her. But I always said that she's like Mr. Glass from the movie Unbreakable, because at first she tried to be nice and within debate talk and like talk to people, make friends, and then they started not liking what she was saying, so they started doxing her and like pushing her away and all that kind of stuff. She kind of molded herself into what everyone else was. And so now she got to a point where she was getting everyone back.
Yeah,
Huh?
that part. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She was getting everyone back for every single thing that they've done to her. So anyone who talked about her, whatever problem with like parts of her body, her face, the way she smiles, the way she walks, all of that kind of stuff, she's now molded into someone that we hate. So she's becoming, and I said this again, so sorry, because I always talk about this, but she's becoming the terrorist that we made her in a way. Like Mr. Glass from Unbreakable.
I don't think that's who Rizzy is. She has become this person, but I don't think this is the real Rizzy.
But again,
Well, can the real Rizzy please stand up? Because I don't get it. I don't get why because everybody over here has not done shit to her. She's just antagonistic. Period. That's just who she is. Like people cannot be fucking with her, and she comes in with her money and shit. It's just like Bun Bun that she dropped Bun Bun earlier today. She got mad because she came back and said, "It's okay. I'll find you later on in the live, and I'll drop you there." Listen, hey, if that's who she is now. That's who we done turned her into. That's who she is. So she got to eat that shit. That's it. I can't give a
so
fuck about her.
I don't think that HB is wrong, because HB then decided, I can't even, this money is enough. And also the trauma dumping has gotten too much, because to take, like, why are you telling me these things? And if that's HB even saying, I can't do this, that says a lot. Who's tired?
I do think, like I said earlier, that Because she's not choosing licensed professionals, she's choosing content creators on social media. And
Licensed professionals can't be your friend. She is in need of a friend. They can't be your friend.
that's true. So
You
she
can
don't
get
have no
like
friends in real life?
you can get an AI. Have y'all heard about people using ChatGPT to be their friends?
Please.
So actually, no, it's funny that she's saying that because actually on Instagram,
No.
there is a new update on Instagram where you can chat to a freaking AI person. Like it's a whole in in real.
They're using ChatGPT as
She
their
got a
friends.
dog, man. That's all I can say.
There's so in your messages on
So
your
y'all want
on Instagram, there's like
okay.
I'm sorry, we're dead serious. HB, I mean,
Yeah.
$2.
I'm trying to explain
Just
it.
when we were going
We get it,
somewhere.
but
Just
it's
when we
gonna
was going
miss the
somewhere.
human,
Look,
the whole.
I'm trying
Please,
to put her on because she
Rose,
might be
please.
listening. So if you go to Instagram and you go to your messages at the top, there's like a little smiley face and a diamond, and it says discover AIs, and you can like search a type of like homegirl friend or lesbian big sister, psychologist, mafia boss. Like you can type in a stepsister, or big sister, and you can have real life conversations with these AI personalities or whatever. Rose, you're wrong. She has been to multiple therapists, but they all drop her as a client. What am I wrong about?
But you're saying she's not paying because they're just saying it quickly, but you said instead of hiring clinical professionals, but they were just like they don't have enough characters to say.
So what am I wrong about? I said
But she
she's
does. What they're saying is the AI that she would create would dump her ass too, because every therapist she's had has dumped her ass too. No one
not the
wants to talk
AI
to her.
gonna give a
Jay, that is not what they were saying. The fact that you
That's
threw
what
that shade
that's
right
how I
there
took
lets me know.
it.
No.
That
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm,
so
No,
that was what was brought out last night.
what?
That the therapist that she's had, they've all like said no as a client. And I don't know if it was based on, or I believe it was may have been based on some of the things that she's been saying that she was doing.
Do you know
And I'm only quoting, what was said last night.
you have to be a
So,
different breed of shit show to have every therapist and psychiatrist fire you?
but
Usually they
that's what
fire.
HB was saying last night. The things that she was saying, because HB was saying, that she was trying to help her prepare for court and this and that. But when she heard Rizzy talking about the things that she was doing and how she was talking about this man and the fact that she reached out to, his mother-in-law, doing some diabolical stuff, it was like, I'm
Right.
not down
Because
with what you're doing. And I don't think that she's that far gone where she's not aware of what she's doing.
And then on
I
top of
think
that,
she's fully aware.
therapists will, if they find that you are narcissistic, they will drop you as clientele as well.
Thing about it, therapists have boundaries. It's something that they ain't finna do. They don't have to. If it gets to a point where it's, what I'm saying, it's either ruining it, it'll mess with their morals or their integrity or their feelings or whatever the case may be. They in fact can say no. They can terminate the whatever y'all got going on. They can terminate. Who said that's not true? What you
Well, I
mean?
mean, it's a.
that's very much true.
I'm not saying all therapists dot person. I'm saying
That was me. That shit.
so true. That is very so true.
there's a lot of therapists who will
My bad.
drop if they find that you are using that you're using them in order to get better at whatever manipulative game, they will drop you as clientele a lot, and that's why
To maybe get medicated. You're trying to figure out a way to, I guess, manipulate the system, whatever the case may be. They can terminate their practice with you.
about therapist, but obviously she's seeing a psychiatrist if she's constantly on all this medication that she says.
And I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm a therapist, but obviously she's seeing a psychiatrist if she's constantly on all this medication that she says.
And I wouldn't be surprised if a psychiatrist has probably fired her too. So somebody on this app right now who's been fired by multiple psychiatrists and therapists, and they be running rampant on messy talk. I don't know why we attract such crazy ass people. Right now, who's been fired by multiple psychiatrists and therapists, and they be running rampant on messy talk. I don't know why we attract such crazy ass people. But yes, they be running rampant, gotta see a therapist in person every single day, kind of type crazy. Like, gotta talk. You know how wild you gotta be to have a right now who's been fired by multiple psychiatrists and therapists, and they be running rampant on messy talk. I don't know why we attract such crazy ass people. But yes, they be running rampant, gotta see a therapist in person every single day, kind of type crazy. Like, gotta talk. You know how wild you gotta be to have a conversation with your therapist every day?
Back.
No, not necessarily, because I know at one point I was seeing a therapist every day.
But yes, they be running rampant, gotta see a therapist in person every single day, kind of type crazy. Like, gotta talk. You know how wild you gotta be to have a conversation with your therapist every day?
Security says she does not want a friend, and that's true, because Security has always been like really kind of there for Rizzy throughout this whole everything, and she cusses Security out and tells all her business probably on a daily.
What
Yeah.
the hell? That was
And
weird.
like, I mean, I had to tell Security, like, you have to look out for yourself, because
That's random information.
so no, but this was like a week ago. She was cussing out Security from someone's box.
Now, I will say this. I had to learn that, oh, well, fuck you too, Nisha.
You have to look out for yourself, because
That's random information.
so no, but this was like a week ago. She was cussing out Security from someone's box.
Now, I will say this. I had to learn that, oh, well, fuck you too, Nisha. But I had to learn that when you find out that a person got some mental, but I had to learn that when you find out that a person got for your help, they ain't paying you, they ain't put no insurance information in, baby. This ain't no session. So I had to.
Is not speaking. She's on mute right now. Chef Drama Llama. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Rupin was another person who called out HB. Not HB. HB must be up to something, because she's on my mind. But
Yeah.
Rupin
Go ahead.
was another person who called out Rizzy's BS. And then I
I
think you
called
put a
it out.
curse on her, didn't you?
I did not put a curse on her.
Oh.
Okay. It was like, okay, actually, no, sorry. The matter I got, did I end up putting a curse on her? Yes. But I said,
Leola.
I was telling the truth.
That's when you were speaking in her. She was speaking. Was it Swahili? No, not Swahili. I forgot what
In
language,
tongues.
but
In tongues?
no,
No,
she
I'm not
wasn't speaking
speaking
in
in-
tongues. She was speaking her language.
I was speaking in Somali. But no, that was okay. So I hate that, like, for a lot of people, that was unfortunately like their first introduction of me on a panel. But I calmly addressed her back in the gazebo, right? And I was just sitting in the gazebo at the time. This is like when it first started. And I tried telling Dime, I'm like, I tried warning Dime. And Rizzy was like, oh, shut up. You don't know anything, blah, 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 blah. And this is after she got kicked out of Debate Talk, right? So I just came up here very briefly just to speak on the Debate Talk aspect. So yeah, I did just say gazebo $2. Yeah. So I'll speak on two things first. So in the gazebo, I warned Dime. I said, this is the type of person that Rizzy is. You should be careful, all those type of things. But so Dime kept her. And then at one point, Dime ended up kicking Rizzy out because she couldn't handle her BS no more, right? And the same thing happened with Debate Talk. So Busy was there as opposition, like they're like, we need opposition around, like to keep them around when it comes to debating. And she gave the live creator host money and like all those sort of things. And essentially she ended up getting kicked out because she got into a very, very dangerous, harmful argument with another woman from Debate Talk who's no longer on the app, who had BPD, right? So essentially, Rizzy told people in Debate Talk, she told us everything, like oversharing, like all that stuff. And then she essentially said to this, she was a light skinned girl, and then she was like, oh, I hate light skinned girls, da, 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 da. And then she basically was like, I hope something bad happens to you and your, oh no, when I say opposition, no, Thibodeau, not opposition, messy talk, more people to argue with. Thibodeau, not opposition, okay. In
in
Hey,
the
Lupin. I just put that on my
Hi,
phone.
yeah, AP, could you help me
no
explain the
opposition, like,
opposition?
okay, if we all are thinking of something, we're all like on the same, like, for instance, we're all saying Rizzy's terrible. Then if there's someone be like, no, I like Rizzy, she's amazing, all these things, that person is an opposing view.
$2.
Yeah, the opposing view.
$2 for this
Ain't no way we
conversation.
have to explain
Exactly.
that.
Well
Ain't no way we
explained.
explain the shit like that. I'm finna go to
No,
bed.
I know. I just know. I want to explain it. Okay, but in
Okay, we get it, don't
abbreviated
worry.
to ops. Okay, sorry.
We get it, go ahead.
Okay, I'm a shy. I get nervous going on panels. That's why I don't do it that often. But yeah, essentially, she was kept around and stuff like that, and then she threatened this woman's baby, and then that's when she got kicked out of the space.
The stuff I don't know, Lupin. That's why I
He
can't.
threatened the baby.
No, she threatened a mom and her baby. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. It sounds like something she would do.
Yeah, and then she got kicked out, blocked from all of the spaces.
That's not Rizzy, you guys. Lupin has been on the panel, and Rizzy has been arguing with her.
Yeah, and she also did other things too, on Jonty's space. She her and Jonty got into an argument, and then out of nowhere she just said, I'm going to unalive myself. And everyone got really triggered. They're like, why would you say that? All those kind of things. She would say very, very triggering things. And certain people who were in those spaces were like, she's trauma dumping.
Now,
Wait.
I will say this. Rizzy has done something like that before.
Everywhere.
And I have seen it.
Yeah.
And I do remember, I can account for a time where I remember Bray came to my live and we were in there chilling, vibing, having a good time, tapping all kind of shit. And she was mad that he was not giving her attention. And she hit the live button and said she was going to unalive herself and to get Bray in the room. And I remember literally having to filter my comments to get them, filter his name, filter her name, and filter a whole lot of shit just so they can leave him the fuck alone. Because he was sleeping. He was sleeping to the point where this bitch had motherfuckers calling his phone just to go sit up in her shit so she could get attention from him. I will never forget that.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
people were blowing his phone up, y'all.
Because she had been calling, and
And
then
because he wasn't giving her attention, all of a sudden she wanted to unalive.
Yeah. She did that to another person,
And
by the
then
way.
when they woke him up, right? When they woke him up, he was still sitting in my panel. When they woke him up, he went and called her. She not answering. So he just came back into my live and he went back to sleep. I will never forget that shit.
But here's my question. Lupin, you said that she had done that. She had said that she was going to unalive herself in Genty's live. A little bit of part of me goes, okay, well, doesn't he threaten to kill people all the time?
No, this was yes, but I'm saying this was around
I
the
want to
time.
make sure that we're all on the same page.
Oh, yes. But I'm saying this is when there were other creators who were panelists on his space, if that makes sense. Like they were like doing like a lot of the like, you know how like some people like I don't know how to describe it. Okay, you know how like when a live host sometimes they like step away for a moment and other people kind of run the space, like panelists. So that at that time, that was the issue. So so I'm saying like they heard it. You know what I mean? And we all heard it. And people in the comments are like, "Hey, this just happened," kind of thing. Does that make sense? Like you know how like okay, I don't have no
following
beef
you.
with the gazebo, but you know how like when like Dime walks away and
No,
then
yeah, we
like the first
understood.
iteration, yeah.
We understood.
Everybody play. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he came back and he was
$2.
shocked. He was like, "Why did you say that?" You know?
$2.
Like
You
why
and
would
this
you say like that like very triggering harmful thing? Like it distressed a lot of people. And I know what you're talking about, Rose. That distressed people in the comments too on Braid Space.
$2.
Okay, real quick. Oh, $2. Can you with the trumpet playing potato?
Yes, please, because this potato is really pissing me off.
My potato. Oh my god.
like
I
Okay, I'll
can't
change it.
stop
I'm
laughing.
sorry. I'll change it.
How
But
long
I
has
will
she been
say
that?
just real quick to what you said about the gazebo. Like I remember when everyone was like, okay, Rizzy has got to go. One thing that Rizzy did not do in the gazebo space was pay Dime anything. So she was there strictly for like we I would quote here unquote quote unquote like kind of protected her in that space because you know Dime doesn't play, so she was kind of protected in that space. And it got to a point where she was actually bringing more harm than good into the gazebo space. And then it kind of everyone kept on repeating themselves. If everyone has noticed a pattern, everyone just kept on repeating themselves in terms of, hey, Rizzy, stop messing with these people. Because she would go into the man who shall not be named, who starts with a J, ends with a Y. She would go over there, antagonize them, gift them or something,
Yes,
and
I
then
was
run
there at
over
that time.
and
Yeah.
run over to Dime's live. And then here comes that man who I will
Yeah.
not speak of. Here he comes cussing a whole bunch of women out and saying that they have like rotten uterus. So it was one of those things, was like, why are you messing with those people? And so it got to the point where it was like, okay, you're done. And then she played with Kiana and Dime in the same way. And it was one of those things where it was like, okay, so here, what's the common denominator? Rose went to Tea Times Live. Yeah, Mocha, we were all there. It was because it
I
was a
was there.
lot.
Yeah, that was really I'm glad you brought that up. So like in that situation, like so like Rizzy didn't like give like Dime like a bunch of cash apps or whatever, but she did gift her a lot. She was one of her big gifters. So I think that's how
Yeah,
she
but I'm saying it
initially.
even though
No, I'm
she
saying that's
was
how she initially got herself in the space, if that makes sense.
no, I'm just saying like all of us there we all give Dime, and so that wasn't like an initially how she got. Everyone was always in the gazebo.
No,
So
I
I
meant
just
like a
don't
large
say,
gifter, like with,
yeah,
yeah.
all of like there's a reason why like if you ever watch Dime's like her battles and stuff, like just with the gazebo alone, she's good. So it wasn't that she was a big gifter. I would, because at the time I was there, so I know it wasn't about the big gifts or anything. It was
It
just
was just like
simply
protecting like a black
she was
woman.
there. We were like, because like I hate to say this, but it's one of those things because like people have been so kind to me as well, where it's like it doesn't matter what people have said to you about you in the past, like who you are right now is who we're going to be, we're going to accept. And that's what we were doing with Rizzy, because everyone was like, Rizzy's this, and then every single time Rizzy would come into a live, then here comes all of these debate talk people like doing the most, and it was just like, we don't care what she did last year. And so it was like, we're accepting Rizzy into Messy Talk, and she's here, and everything that y'all keep on doing to her, it's not really doing much, it's not going to matter. She was doing the same thing when she was in Manny's live. People would come from Debate Talk and say, do y'all know who Rizzy is? Y'all know what she has done? And it'd be like, we don't care because it's the person that we know now. She in Messy Talk and why you guys keep on following her around, it didn't matter because it's a whole different type of talk.
Okay. I just wanted to say real quick, I wasn't in the gazebo for that long, so I do apologize.
No, don't apologize. You don't have to apologize.
No, like Mocha, Mima, and security are like they're confirming like what you said and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't know that she did that.
Just making sure I kept it straight.
To me, and I'm not trying to little girl. She comes
Little
off
girl, her ass
like a
candy. She need to be
You
little
can do
girl.
no,
Little girl,
because
that
you know I
motherfucker.
am
Little girl,
much
her
older
ass.
than everybody, and sometimes I tend to the mommy in me tends to just come out, and sometimes I can be firm with it, so I don't want anybody to feel that way. But to me, she comes off as that obnoxious child that's always looking for bad attention, looking for attention in any which way that they can get it. You know that there are some children that will, and I'm not saying that she's a child, but I'm just using it as an example. A child that has not been disciplined, has not been corrected, and they've just been allowed to run rampant. And because you don't want them to get in trouble or you want them to stay out of trouble, you tend to just give them whatever it is that they want, right? Lazy parenting. To me, that's what she comes off as. Somebody who's just obnoxious and just looking for attention. Any which way she'll get it. And I feel like those type of people, you have to just ignore them. And if you're a friend to them, you have to really be firm with them. You have to be firm with them and not just always coddle and cradle them. Listen, I'm not going to downplay whatever trauma she's been to, but we've all been through. I've been through trauma, and I'll never talk about it, but we've all been through trauma in some type of way, right? We probably all need to sit on somebody's couch. But at the end of the day, you know, just coming into somebody's life and just because you've paid some money, you get to just run rampant. And no, I don't believe in feeding into that at all. At all. Get your act together. You need to go get help. Go get the help. But this type of behavior, I'm not going to allow you to be around me and in my space if you don't go and fix yourself. And she just, I believe, just needs some tough love.
Mm-hmm. You don't need to sit on no couch. You got to lay across that motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to get that tough love from the internet. So, I mean, honestly, it goes back to the people who are tolerating her. At some point, they have to say, hey, if they pretend like they're caring about her, I'm not blaming them. I'm saying they have to, at some point, if they care about her, they have to start saying, hey, I care about you and I see that your mental health is declining, and yeah, you can pay me or whatever like that, but I'm also going to tell you the truth.
You're right, Leola. That happened in Debate Talk towards the end. There were some of the creators who they started blocking her, her cash apps. They started blocking her out of spaces, and they said until you change, you cannot be in our spaces. You know, and the other thing too is that the night in the space where she said that she was gonna unalive herself, one of the creators there actually stayed on the phone with her for a really long time to make sure she was okay.
And multiple times, I think Lo.
I'm saying no in the Debate Talk thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying
okay.
Lo and them did it too. They stayed on the phone with her all night.
It's a pattern. Mm-hmm.
I think Braid King has done the same. Kiana has done the same.
Yep.
I mean, or do we think? I don't. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
No, it's okay. That's why I. That's why.
No, I'm saying at a point, do we do what? At what point do we say, fine, if you're going to do it, instead of someone being like, no, I'm going to talk to you on the phone all night. If it's these content creators.
Yeah.
A mental health professional in the area that she's in,
It's
or
a
a doctor,
hotline.
or alert the authorities that you have somebody who's trying to hurt themselves, and you let them do what they need to do if that means admitting them. Those kind of games I do not play. I have a friend, a very dear friend. She's like a sister to me. But I've had to toughen up with her because she does have mental issues. But I've also seen her in her times she's gone through an episode I've seen her be manipulative. And I'm like, you're not crazy. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with you, or maybe that you're not extremely stressed out or dealing with an issue, but I also see what you're doing and cut that foolishness out. And I see her switch.
Yeah.
And when she can sit back and recount everything she's done and she's laughing about it, come on.
She knows
So,
what she's
and I've
doing.
had to have that tough love with her. So, you want to do this? I'll get on the phone, call whomever I need to call, have you admitted to the hospital, let them know what's going on. The hospital is obligated to keep you there and admit you, especially if you've talked about trying to hurt yourself. And you're gonna go through the process. You're gonna stay in that hospital for a week or two, whatever, and you're gonna think about your life while you're in there. Don't play those games with them.
But technically, she's in a hospital setting right now. Well, rehab. And she's still doing
And
it.
still doing this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So well,
Hey y'all, how's
in a
everyone?
real hospital, I don't think you're allowed to have your cell phone.
Hi, Mocha.
This is one of the things that we have to realize about Ruthie.
Bro, do you have your teeth in?
No, I don't have my teeth in. I don't have any teeth.
Okay.
Ruthie's parents are Nigerian. They're Nigerian, right? Now, I don't know if Rizzy was born here or not, but her parents may have that Nigerian culture where the boys, they put everything into the boys and don't put a lot into the girls. Rizzy, I think she went to private schools growing up. So her parents exposed her to the quote unquote white culture, but at home they're living the Nigerian culture. So Rizzy sees how these kids that she's going to school with are being treated, but at home it's a whole different thing. So she has that dynamic of home and school, and I believe she went to school with a whole bunch of whitey kids. So it's like
He lived
she
in
lost.
with a white tea family, though, right?
Whoa now. I went to private schools that were PWIs.
I did too, Mariah. But we're talking about a girl whose parents at home put the emphasis on the boys and not on her. She needed more than what her parents could give her, because the African culture in Nigeria, Mali, Ghana is totally different than what we experience here. So she needed more from seeing what the other kids get, the kids that she went to school with. She wasn't getting that at home at all. And plus, personality has to go into it and all that other stuff. So this now, she's growing up, she's feeling this way, she's doing these things and all that kind of stuff. Someone said she was in foster care. I mean, who knows what trauma she's going through as a kid. So now we get to this adult who comes on TikTok, who you could see in the way she talked, and she would tell some of us that she thought she was better than some of us. I don't, what I mean? That's what she's thinking, but you know what I mean? In the way she talked and the way she treated people, she thinks she could throw her money around like she was the only one that had it. And then this is what we have here. This is what we got right now, what she is. And she is on a collision course. Like, it's not going to end up good, because she does not want to change. She does not want to heal. She wants to crash. And that's what's going to happen to her. And it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
Unfortunate, and I think those of us that are in here, we can notice it. And there's nothing that we can do.
No.
Except for whoever is taking her money and being friends with her, they should also be the ones who know where she is and that can call the authorities instead of just being like, oh, well, this is what she does. Like,
but the authorities can't do anything if they talk to her and she sounds lucid and she's okay.
I think enough of us have it. there's enough recordings on the internet. I don't know.
They're not going. She knows enough to be able to manipulate the system.
Yeah.
You know, because this is not her first rodeo. This is her.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, and people here are going to take her money if she's offering it. You know,
Anybody in the real world gonna take that shit. Well,
I don't know. I don't think I could be okay with myself of like just accepting the money and allowing anyone to talk to me any kind of way and like
she
do
don't talk to
whatever
them
they
any
want
kind of
to do.
way. She talks to everybody else any kind of way. She's kind of nice to the people whose platform she's on, which is who's getting the money from her.
I've seen her threaten and cuss Braid King out every which way from Sunday.
Oh, well, Braid, I don't know what's going on with that. Braid and cuss her ass out too, though.
Yeah. Well, you know, hopefully it'll work.
thank
The
you
first
guys.
thing I would do is I would not allow her to be in a position of authority like a mod.
Mm-hmm.
I would not allow her to do that. If I really cared about her, no, you cannot mod. And if I do allow you to mod, here's the stipulations. You break this, you're no longer a mod. I don't care how much money you want to pay. You're not going to do that. But you have to care enough, to be honest. Let's keep it a buck. If I don't know you
integrity.
like that, am I really, really, really going to care about trying to help you rehabilitate yourself
That's true.
versus you saying, hey, I'm going to give you $1,000? I don't really know you like that. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
So I can understand for those who may use their platform and it's playful and it becomes a game and it's about money at the end of the day. I can see them doing that and I don't wrong them for that. They have no personal connection to her, probably not even in close proximity to her. So that's to be expected. And for those who don't want that type of, shenanigans on their platform, I could see why Tea Time would say no. I'm not going to let you come over here and do that because she doesn't want her platform to be disrupted. So for her, the money doesn't matter. And I can understand that.
Yeah.
So for those who, money is the object and there's nothing wrong with that, I could see them allowing that. But I think at some point we've seen it gets annoying. The commenters or people in the in your room, the viewers get frustrated and it's no longer fun because you're trying to have a discussion and people are dropping every 5 seconds. So
Yeah.
right.
Well, the only people
This grown woman wants attention. It's ridiculous.
So the only people I've seen that will have like actually not taken her money has only been Tea Time and Diamond.
Yeah.
So really, Diamond is not so bad. Wait, Tea
I
Time,
can see that.
Diamond, Dime, and Kiana.
Yeah, because they've probably put their foot down and said no. If you're going to be a mod here, here's the rules, and X, Y, and Z. You break the rules, you're out. I don't care if you give me $1,500.
They value their control. That's what they value.
Right.
They're like, yeah,
Or they
my
value their
control,
audience.
Right.
my
They
control
value their
cannot be
audience.
bought. My control cannot be
Right.
bought.
And for those who allow it, that I'm not even saying that they're wrong at all. I'm just saying, you got to care enough. You know what I'm saying? So,
And that's what makes Diamond such a good host. She cares about her audience.
well,
You notice the silence here, Mariah.
Silence is golden.
You notice the silence.
I just wanted to.
$2, would you allow Rizzy to mod? She probably on your panel for a
Hell
fee.
no.
I hear you.
Gonna get down soon, but I just wanted to touch on something really quick that Mokamima brought up. I can't speak on West African culture, but I'm East African, and I've had mental health struggles and everything, but that happened to me later in life, and for a long time, like my parents didn't really believe me. They would tell me essentially like, oh, mental health, that's not real. Oh, that's like, it's something that a lot of Black people say in general. And it's something where like you kind of get like from an older generation, because my parents are older. They would not really listen to me and everything. But at a certain point, like when it started to get very bad for me, I had to take like when I got like to like and being an adult, I had to take it into my own hands. I ended up going to like my what do you call it, family doctor, and I told her what was going on, and she gave me a prescription for antidepressants. And when I tell you, like, my life has been significantly improved, right? But like the things that you can believe in, like the things that like people say in terms of like your upbringing and your surroundings, but it's on you to like actually like seek help. So like I tried to go to my parents, they didn't really listen to me, and then I ended up just going on my own altogether.
I applaud you for that.
Yeah.
And you have to want to do that. You have to be self-aware, and you have to want that for yourself. Right.
And it's really good that you went, and I hope more people do that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because like especially like growing up, like I was I started like going to like I started like making my own money like later. Like I didn't work during high school, like things like that. Like I was always like given like, like a safe space, like oh, you don't have to do this, oh, you don't have to do that, like compared to like other children from the country I'm from. Mm-hmm. Like because I'm not like I live in a Western country and all that. So like certain things, it was just like, oh, like even driving is like it was it was kind of like, oh, you can learn to drive like whenever you want kind of thing. And then I ended up like going a very long time without getting a license because I was so dependent on like getting rides and like things like that. Like, so like I realized like, okay, like I have to start gaining my own independence and like kind of pushing away from that and everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mocha, do you have your
really quick, y'all? Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Mocha.
No, she asked me a question. I answered her.
Okay. I was on a call, so I didn't really hear what was the rest that happened with Rizzler.
Nothing. People just have to start giving her tough love, essentially.
Oh, okay.
And Rosé's in Tea Times Live.
What's going on over there?
Let's see. I bet you it's about Diamond.
I think her
Probably so.
I'm gonna drop down, but thank you for having me, Rolling. All right.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm going to drop down too.
Okay.
right,
Nice to drop you down, Mocha. Make sure you get that tea.
All right.
Love you, boo.
Love you too.
This girl, right?
She's such a good. She's such a good. Oh, they are talking about Diamond.
She might be throwing a temper tantrum. I don't know. But I think she didn't expect this to come, right? Because there's other things that's been said and done. I don't know who's saying them and doing them, but now people got questions because let's go to the Broco thing.
What?
So Zoe got this all wrong if he's saying that somebody's lying, okay, with the Broco thing. I heard about them allegedly trying to buy out the contract. Well, Zoe, I heard about the situation with Zoe trying to buy out the contract before Nosy actually told it to me. That was something that was lingering out there. I never addressed it because it didn't have anything to do with me, right? But when the shit happened with Diamond and everybody else, I remember Nosy telling me directly because that's when I started getting skeptical about the reality show. You get what I'm saying? Well, all of a sudden and I'm like, what the fuck? Something ain't right. What is y'all doing? It started to look sketchy to me. And that's when Nosy was like, no, I didn't know those people. The last time I ever talked to that person, only one time. And, so that's what she told me about the contract thing, which I wasn't surprised because I had already heard it, right? But when I went off on Zoe, after that, I'm like, you up in here acting like somebody your motherfucking sister when you was trying to buy out the contract. You get what I'm saying? So I said it on live in December, though. So when Zoe is saying that's the reason why our friendship fell out, if in December that was Diamond's first time hearing that, that wasn't why their friendship fell out. You get what I'm saying? Because, so I don't know where that's coming from. I'm not here to put
Damn, Leola, them some deep gulps.
Sorry, I didn't know y'all could hear
Fucking
that.
drink you drink. Shit. What kind of throat you got?
It's like,
I was trying to make it quiet too.
Hell no, their mouth wet, boy.
because, so I don't know where that's coming from. I'm not here to put
Damn, Leola, them some deep gulps.
Sorry, I didn't know y'all could hear that.
Fucking drink you drink. Shit. What kind of throat you got?
It's like,
I was trying to make it quiet too.
Hell no, their mouth wet, boy.
I was thirsty.
the reality show had flopped after me and Nosy had got into it after the court shit. So this was way after.
So what made Nosy and Diamond fall out?
I have no idea. That I don't know, and I ain't digging that deep into it. I really don't even care. To be honest.
Diamond said they didn't fall out.
I have no idea what happened with them. I think it probably would be maybe they might probably have a disagreement and never was handled. Maybe Nosy. Diamond will shut down. You know what I'm saying? And won't respond. So maybe Nosy tried to reach out and got no answer. And maybe this her way trying to get a response. I don't know. But she opened up a can of worms, and I don't think she knew the can of worms she was opening, because now either you've been doing too much. You get what I'm saying? So now what she's opened is now people won't, okay, well shit, you got the call. So you the one who told somebody that I tried to buy the contract. Where's that call? So it kind of a bit backfired on her in a sense, depending on what's her angle. Does that make sense?
So you think right now she's just sitting back watching, trying to figure out how to navigate the situation because it's too much?
Yeah, I don't think she planned it out right. And that's just because I don't think she thought this through. I don't think she was expecting Bro Code to come up and say, hey, where's it? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that she was expecting this to happen like this. You know how sometimes you can expose somebody, but then the shit to come with it, you can't control it? You don't realize the effect of it. And I think that's what
the snowball effect, I should say. Yeah.
Are they talking about Diamond or Nosy?
You know, it's like when you don't think it through, you just be like, okay, I'm gonna just air this shit out. It's like you don't got the person be like, okay, now if you do this, then it might open the door for this. Then it might open the door for this. You know what I'm saying? She's not thinking about that because I think her memory is also not that good too, because she conflated a lot of things. Like Panther didn't come out until after that meeting. So even when she said that, I was like, well, that would have been, she tried to say like,
No, they're talking about Nosy.
Give me the clip because you'll know that it wasn't existent. You know what I'm saying? So she tried to clean it up a little bit, like, yeah, they both were being harassed, and that's what the meeting was about, the Panther page. And I was like, run the clip, because it wasn't. I know for a fact.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really, like I said, I don't gain anything from Nosy releasing what she released on Diamond, but I do gain something from, I just knowing that clip is out there. I want it. You know how you know something, you like, let's just say you had something happen on this platform and it was, something happened, but you can't prove it. Yeah. Because
so
it's just that one thing.
Why is she taking so long to send you that clip, that video? Why do you think?
She said she's waiting on Diamond. So initially she reached out to me.
I heard a clip today of Diamond saying, release that shit, drop it now. Like she was on some, drop that shit. So.
Okay, they're repeating it.
I think she was saying release the stuff with Zoe.
Yeah, I'm sure Diamond is saying, I thought I heard a clip.
She's waiting for Diamond to send her email address.
I hear that. Well, I mean, I will hope she does. But that means that I don't know.
Her to say it's okay to release because she said she was going to check with both parties. And then
yeah, because her email address is on her website.
Yeah, she knows her email. That's nosy.
Did Diamond say that or not?
I thought she was talking about Zoe. She was like,
different clip. We just said it last night.
I thought she was talking about.
Yeah, no, T hasn't gotten the clue.
No, she hasn't. Because she texts T.
You know, Nosy said she was only going to send it if both of them wanted to get it. She was going to send it to both.
So she said she's waiting on, because she has to send Dropbox, but she was like, I'm waiting to hear back from Diamond and then give her a few days. So Diamond did say release it all.
She says she doesn't see nothing though, Rose.
Oh.
You know that. You know how
But
she
A.
does.
Simone just
So
slid in here.
she's gonna say she didn't see it. So I
Yeah.
already know. So you can know I ain't.
Okay, she's going to
Well,
repeat it
somebody send a
again.
clip to Nosy or whoever has her WhatsApp. Send a message to her. Let her know. Get her on the horn. Let her know.
Yes, this is definitely shady to Nosy, like, because she's gonna pretend she didn't see it.
Blaze is saying, I keep telling y'all, Nosy has a whole
This
team
is
of
what she
people
said.
that
She
watch
sent
the
me a
app.
message Sunday, 8:25.
Blaze, she needs to shut
She
up.
sent it to me first. She said the doc is too big to send. I'll Dropbox send it. I said, okay. She said she texted me back at 3:50 a.m. Monday and says, I just need your email. I sent her my email. She then said, got it. Soon as Diamond sends her info too, I'll send it right over. So it changed. It changed from I'm gonna send it right to
Diamond
you
not doing that though.
to
But
that's what I'm
I
saying.
feel like we know Diamond not gonna do that. Diamond is
That's
gonna tell you drop that shit.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. She probably has to have that in writing. You know what I'm saying? That she probably has to have proof that Diamond said. Because she has to be careful too. But she shouldn't have told me she was going to send it before. You get what I'm saying? So.
It was already put out
I
there
said,
initially that she would only send it
Exactly.
to both. So you
and
can't now say that, oh, no, you got the initial fucking
Yeah.
instructions, which was that you would get it if both of y'all wanted it. That's
And then
it.
and then you're going to act like Diamond, you don't have Diamond's contact information, but y'all have traveled together.
Yeah, you definitely have her email address.
It's given very much you playing games because
I agree.
You have Diamond's information, all of her damn information. You have her email, probably know her damn route number.
She has my email.
You know every damn thing. So it's never.
You have to remember, I used to work for her as well, so
Right,
she had
so-
all my information. But instead of me playing a game, it's like I say, I know what people playing in my face too. But I'm just gonna play right along with you. Okay, here's the email. Like, you're not gonna be able to be like, she wouldn't send it, she wouldn't cooperate. So even if I know a motherfucker playing with me, I'm gonna take all the steps that I gotta take. So you can't say I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I'm gonna go right along with everything I need to. I know she already got my email. I know that. You know what I'm saying? I love you too, Jade. So I said to her, hey, haven't you? I said, hello. I was just checking back to see if you sent the email. She said, no, but I don't expect anybody to do what I do. So why are you asking me the question? Haven't heard from Diamond. She hasn't sent her email. I said, okay, so if she doesn't, you won't send it to me? ? She said, I'll give her a call. She's probably just busy. I said, okay. So then I asked her again. I said, until yesterday, I had no idea there was even a recording. So I was surprised to hear about it. Since I was a part of the conversation, I'd really appreciate having a copy for my own clarity and records. I understand you may be waiting to hear back from the other party, but I wanted to kindly ask if there's a way that I can still receive it. In the meantime, being involved in the call, it feels fair to have access to. She responds and she says, I really appreciate you saying that. And up until yesterday, when Braid and HB asked me these questions, I completely forgot about all those Zoom call meetings. I totally get where you are coming from. I'd ask you give me a few days to wait to hear from her. If not, what I can do, I can just redact the first 40 minutes of the call that did not include you, which is fine with me. I listened to the call last night after the live stream, and you were not added to the Zoom until the 40 or so minute mark.
So now it's a Zoom?
Audio where you,
But it wasn't. Never mind.
with you, give me a few days and I'll send it out. If Diamond wants the full call, including the portion with just her and Evans, I'll send it to her. Let me know if you think that's fair. I say, yes, I think that's very fair.
That was it.
Hold on. So wait a minute. At first it was a phone call. Now it's a Zoom. And now you're saying you don't want to release anything, but at the same time, you played a snippet of it on live. You have access to Diamond's contact information, so you have a way of getting in contact with her. Like, none of that makes sense.
And a lot of times a lot of people keep on saying like Nosy's really calculated and all that kind of stuff. I really think a lot of people are giving her a little bit too much credit. But because at first she said that it was an answering service that she automatically got phone calls. And then she was like, she's going to send it to Dime and to Tea Time. And neither one of them have gotten it. She, because Tea Time reached out to her, I think that was the only reason why she even said anything to Tea Time.
And on top of that, for you to say that you forgot that you had all of these calls, she damn sure pulled that shit up pretty quick.
That's what I said. I was like, wait, what takes a few weeks if you pulled it up and already played the first 10 seconds of it? So how does it take a few weeks? But I mean, I think that, in my opinion, I think it was the first of the month. And she also knows how to play on messy talk, and maybe someone might have been bored, and it was just like, let's just have some fun and see exactly what people will react the same way that they always react. You give them a little bit, now all of a sudden everyone's like, where's Nosy? Where's Nosy? I want to come to her live. When's her next live? Is she going to be sub only? And then you have Diamond's getting like over 1,000 something people in her live again. Tea Time has been talking from live to live to live, so everyone's sending gifts and views and all that good stuff. And it's just the same thing, rinse and repeat. But
that could very well be it, Femme Fatale.
Yeah.
I could see that.
See, the thing is, I don't think Diamond is in this one. Because Diamond's been trying to like change her, just everything about her. Like, she doesn't want to be constantly arguing, having people pocket watch, all that. I really don't think that she wants that. Where is the interview? Which interview?
I mean, I do see that it was one thing I did question, and I don't know if nobody else questioned it, but any other time something really happens and people are caught off guard, like right now, if something catch me off guard, I'm chilling, laying in my bed. And if I get on a live, I'm still going to be laying in my bed. But knowing what time your live starts in the morning and the time that all of this came out, she was a little bit more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Who was that, Gawkalations? Hey, Gawkalations. A little bit more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed than normal.
No, because she came up, she actually went live on Sunday. So after that, let me see. What was 2 days ago? Well, no, it was June 1st when Nosy accidentally had some tea. And she came on that same night because it was like, of course everyone wants to know what's going on. Is she okay? All that good stuff.
But that's my point. She came on at night.
Mm-hmm.
She normally goes live super early in the mornings. And any other time, she be just chilling at home. She be in the bed.
Mm-hmm. But I remember that Sunday evening, she was like, all these people are doing that, but I'm still going to get up and have my morning show, just like usual. And then I don't understand how it went from like attack Diamond when Diamond wasn't the one who released the phone call or anything like that. That's what I don't understand.
I think all they're showing us is how relevant Diamond still is, even though she has tried to leave him.
Messy Mama, your heart moves a little ashy.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why we give a fuck.
I mean, I think a lot of people are just watching it to be watching it, but a lot of folks don't really care. I mean, I hope folks don't really care. Honestly, I think in a way, and this could just be my conspiracy theory, but what if Nosy said that she was going to the rodeo remix thing, and then she really didn't want to go, and then she decided to like kick off a whole bunch of stuff so that no one really will react to her being like, where is she, and all that good stuff.
What do you mean?
What, Leola?
Cause
Don't.
what are you
Like,
saying, Joe?
like she just started all this drama so she won't have to go to the rodeo remix.
What, Leola?
That she started all of this drama.
Leola, we heard it.
Okay.
But the question is still what? Like,
I don't know. She did the same thing with the gala. And she was like, "Oh, my sister said I can't go," and everyone's like, "What? Nosey's not going? Nosy feels like she's unsafe. Should I go?" She did the same thing then.
I mean, but she didn't have to say she was gonna go. She didn't even have to tell nobody.
And
She
this a
didn't have
different
to
group.
lie
This
to
a
you.
$2. This a $2 crew. Motherfuckers
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about none of that.
But wasn't she also supposed to go to the players' ball?
Was she?
Yeah, she said she was going.
I don't remember that one. But was she?
She was like, "I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna wear the same." Like HB did the same thing. Like, "I'm gonna be there." All that good stuff. But hey, a lot of us have memories that are bad. I guess.
Mine is.
Mine's terrible. I
Especially
remember.
about shit I don't give a fuck about.
That part. I really don't even remember what I ate for breakfast.
Ooh, I had some enchiladas.
For breakfast?
Yeah, it
What
was.
did I eat for breakfast?
It was leftovers from last night.
Oh. Leftovers, some leftovers do be good the next day. I'm not gonna lie to you. And
Okay.
especially in the morning, because if I don't want breakfast food,
Spaghetti's always better the next day.
yeah, after it done set and
Lasagna,
marinated.
Lasagna. I was about to say lasagna.
goulash,
Oh, goulash.
baked
Why are you
ziti.
always
Baby.
coming for me?
I
I'm not
just had a
looking
fat
for-
stromboli. What's a stromboli?
I don't know.
It's like a
Sounds not
pasta with the
very good.
marinade. It's like a fucking another spaghetti. Is what it is.
Oh,
Another spaghetti?
With a different type of noodle, some holy noodles in it.
What's a stromboli noodle?
And it's like short and fat.
Penne?
No,
Bow tie?
no.
let me look at it.
I
Strong.
don't know about no stromboli noodles. I ain't never heard of them before. They don't have those in the sticks where I'm from.
Oh, it's like a calzone.
Beef stew, but without the beef and the stew. So it's like it's think of it as like a miniature.
Stromboli.
Now that's a big ass pizza roll.
Yeah. So it's like this garlic bread.
I've only had the pasta kind.
A stromboli. I've never heard of a stromboli pasta. Where do you get that at? Somebody made that up. They made a hood meal.
She was good as fuck, bro.
Was it?
Always eat hood meals and chicken. Long as you got chicken on my plate, I'm good.
Lisa. Hi, Miss Lisa.
There's no
Better be behaving on your best. What time is it? Yeah, it's close to your bedtime, Miss Lisa. Don't think you getting off scot free. Yeah, that's a big ass
So maybe this was the hood meal because it's ramen noodles with like a hot.
Nah, what no ramen noodles. She said it was short fat. Maybe it's the stroganoff. Maybe I'm thinking about stroganoff. Stroganoff is brown. It's brown. The sauce is brown and stroganoff, right? Nah, it's red. Stroganoff ain't red. Yes, it is. I think somebody just be feeding you shit and just putting a title to it. It was good as fuck. Yeah, that is stroganoff. It had like meatballs and sausage and
Yeah, that's this right here is stroganoff.
that's stroganoff right there. Let me see. What color is the sauce? Cream. It ain't red. Nah, that ain't what I had. That's some new. See, they just be making you stuff and giving it a title.
Stroganoff. There, look,
I don't
it
give
says
a fuck. That
stroganoff
shit was
black
good. Y'all need to eat some. I think you just had a ghetto spaghetti. No, because I know how to make spaghetti. Okay.
See, this is
Chocolate, I done had that good. I done had that too. That shit was. What?
this is like the black stroganoff. That's what they said.
Leo, please.
That's what it says. Look, stroganoff, black people. That's really what it said.
It's that shit.
That's really what it says. I'm not lying.
Look up Stromboli pasta. I have to see if this shit exists. And if it does, Jay, somebody made this shit. It just shit real
There says Stromboli noodles, but Stromboli pasta.
Yeah, those aren't red, bud. I don't know what the fuck that is. That nigga doing something else.
That's pasta.
That ain't no
Stuffed pizza. It's essentially stuffed pizza.
They said try whatever the fuck they say.
It says mustard
Tortellini pasta. noodles.
Okay, y'all are funny.
I just spelled it for you. And
That's most.
they got that shit loaded up with some cheese. And
Now
them fat noodles. He gonna be constipated. You have penne pasta with pepperoni, baby. You ain't had no stromboli. I didn't have no pepperoni, nothing. What was on your what was in your stromboli pasta?
this says, listen, if you've ever been to a black
Meatballs, green peppers, onions, and pasta,
that's this.
and ground beef.
It says if you ever been to a black baby shower or somebody's birthday or banquet hall, odds are you've had a pan of mostacali. And it's marinara penne.
I know that ain't what she was calling. That shit look good as fuck. Hell yeah. So is that what the pasta look like? Not with all that cheese. That way. No. But like, is that what is that what the noodle look like? That's the noodle. That's shrimp. That's
No, Miss, this is mostacali.
hold on. I need to ask one question. So look at these noodles right here. Go back. That's not penne though. It's not penne. Those are not penne noodles.
Wait, hang on. Come on, get there.
So what are those noodles called?
Yeah, we're trying to get there. I know. Okay. Ah, damn it. Anyway,
Is it in the ingredients?
it's dry penne pasta.
No.
Penne is rigid and mostacoli is smooth and texture. So there is a difference between the pastas. Jade's right.